Hey guys, it's Adrian BHA here bringing you a new video. So the great folks over at Botslab sent me over one of their cool new 2K indoor Wi-Fi smart cameras to show you guys. Now this thing's pretty cool. It's nice, small form factor. It's got PTZ, so you'll be able to kind of move it around. But we're going to get it connected into their app on my phone, and then we're also going to kind of see what all we can do with it. But nonetheless, let's dive right in. All right, so you can pick this thing up on Amazon's website for about 40 bucks. Not too bad for a decent indoor camera. I mean, if you're looking for a camera to put somewhere in your house, maybe in a public area or central area of your home that you want to kind of monitor, or the hallways or something, this little guy, being PTZ and such a small form factor camera, will definitely be something you want to take a look at. So without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, so let's get this thing opened up here. So of course, you got all the information on the outside of the box, kind of explaining what all the capabilities of the camera are. But if we can get this thing opened up here, right here on the top, there's kind of a little box here. Let's see what's inside of that. Looks like we got mounting brackets, a power brick, micro USB cable for the power, a manual, which, man, this thing is actually pretty thick. Probably has multiple languages. And then, of course, we have the camera itself. So this is a PTZ camera, so it will move up and down, side to side. So it's a pretty cool little gadget here. But that's it for everything that comes in the box itself. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll get this thing set up in the Botslab app. Okay, so we're going to start out here in the Botslab app on my phone. So if we're doing this for the first time, you'll need to create a free account to be able to use the app. But once we do, we should be able to hit the plus in the top corner there to add the device. It looks like now it wants us to scan a QR code on the bottom of the camera. So once we do that, then we are basically ready to power on the camera. And you'll have to wait a few seconds for it to kind of go through its initial power up. But once you do, then you should be able to put a pin in kind of the reset hole there, which is right next to the SD card slot. You'll do that for a few seconds, and then you should see the light start flashing on the front of the camera. And at that point, we are ready to put in the Wi-Fi information. So of course, remember, this is 2.4 gigahertz, not 5 gigahertz. So you'll have to make sure that your Wi-Fi setup does support that. But then the camera just kind of communicates with my phone via sound waves to kind of pull in all the information. Give it a few seconds to kind of go through that whole process. And then you are ready to give it a name. So let's just call this Botslab Cam. Just kind of make it generic here. But basically at this point, we have pretty much got this camera installed and added into the Botslab app on my phone. You can kind of see me controlling it, moving around just a little bit here. But let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll go over the config in the app. All right, so here we are in the app. You can see the camera view there at the top, and of course, I can hit the controls and it will move around accordingly, as you can kind of see here. Just below the camera view, you can see we are in the live view, but there is a tab for cloud, which will show you recordings stored in the cloud. And then there is a local tab. If you have an SD card in the camera, then you can have recordings stored there as well. Along the bottom, you can see record video, take snapshots. These all save to your camera roll. You can turn the sound on and off for the video as well. And you can also hit the telephone there in the middle, which will do two-way audio between the phone and the camera. If you hit the little arrow here, there's a button to turn the camera off right here from the app. But if we click on the camera view itself, you can change from UHD to Fluent. It's UHD by default. The settings button is up in the top corner. If we hit that, right there at the top, we can get into the device information, change the name if we wanted to of the camera. Again, there's another switch here to turn the camera on and off if we needed to. Under timing switch, you can actually schedule the camera to power on at certain times of the day and go off. Maybe you only want to record during the day, so you could have the camera actually shut off at night if you wanted to. If you want the camera to do motion and human detection, you can enable these here as well. The cool feature that I like here is tracking. So if you enable it, the camera will actually track you around the room, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see here, abnormal noise detection. If you enable that and it hears abnormal sounds, it will pick that up. And of course, you can enable notifications on that and get those, or even set up alarms if you wanted to. Here under intelligent alarms, you have the ability to actually set up alarms to go off based on detections. Not sure I would want that on my indoor camera, but it might be a benefit to somebody. You can even set this thing up to patrol the area. So at certain times of the day, maybe you want your camera kind of panning back and forth to cover the whole area of the room. You could certainly set that up here. And kind of like I already mentioned, if you have the motion, sound, and human detections enabled, then of course you want to enable notifications so that you'll get those push notifications when everything is triggered. So I definitely want that. And as you can see down at the bottom, you can actually get notified on crying. So if you're using this little thing as a baby monitor, then you will actually get alert if the baby's crying. So that's kind of a neat feature. I thought that was kind of interesting. Under image, night vision, and sound, you can decide to turn night vision on and off if you want. Mine is set to auto. I think that's the default. Depending on how you have the camera mounted, you could choose to flip the image if you wanted to, in case you had the camera mounted upside down or something like that. There's a slider here to determine how loud you want it to be. Let's see. As for other camera settings, there's not a lot here in this section other than time zone. I guess they have the ability to add more to that in the future, maybe with other firmware or something like that. Obviously, you can set the camera up to work with Alexa and Google Home if you wanted to, and then we can upgrade the firmware, which we have already done, so it's already current, so we don't need to do that. But that's about it as far as configuration options go in the app itself. Let's go ahead and move on to the last step, and I will give you my final thoughts. All right, so just to kind of go over my final thoughts. So as you can kind of see the camera video quality there in the background, this is a 2K indoor PT, that's pan tilt camera. It's a small form factor. This thing's got a nice little size to it. Comes with a mount, so you could potentially mount it upside down somewhere if you wanted to, or just leave it sitting on your desk plugged in. My favorite feature of the camera probably is the fact that it does tracking. So you put it on human tracking and it will follow you around, or anytime anybody goes into the room, it kind of follows them around and monitors them throughout the time that they're in the camera's viewing area. That being said, it doesn't do RTSP, it doesn't do OnVIF, so there's not a way currently to get it into like Home Assistant or anything like that. But it does support Google Home and Amazon Alexa, so there are some other capabilities there that some people might be interested in. But $40 on Amazon is not too bad. If you're not particularly interested in this camera, take a look at Botslab's Amazon storefront. I'll also have a link to their webpage as well. They have tons of other smart products out there besides just cameras. I guarantee you can find something that you might like.
I want to thank everybody for donating to my Buy Me a Coffee link. Every little bit helps. If you haven't had a chance, head over to my spring merchandise page and check out all the Burns home automation merchandise. If you're looking for the latest smart home gear, you're going to want to check out SmoNet. I'll have a link in the description below. Head over there and see what deals they currently have running. And if you're looking for the latest smart window treatment, you're going to want to check out Smart Wings. I'll have a link in the description below for them as well. Head over there and see what deals they currently have running. If you're interested in buying and selling stock or maybe cryptocurrency, you're going to want to check out Robinhood. I'll have a link in the description below for that as well. If you sign up with that link, you and I both will get a free share of stock. It's a win-win for both of us. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. As always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around.